Kia ora team, I'm Benny. Welcome to the People's Garden and welcome to Monday Morning Live, where today we'll be spreading love and giving flowers. Morning Renee, just like that, with live Monday morning shout outs as people tune in. I'm going to be debuting a brand new segment here on Monday Morning Live, and it's called What Am I Digging? Stay tuned. We're giving you an update on what's been going on here in the garden and what's been going on over at the Marlborough Farmers Market. A few updates as well, and another update on my YouTube channel, which is Grow with Benny's. Lots of updates this week, brand new segment, live gardening, and at the end of the show we'll share a final thought. All those things and many more coming up right here, right now on Monday Morning Live. I'm going to kick off with our brand new segment called What Am I Digging? I'll tell you what I'm not digging. I'm not digging 32-degree days where it's just too hot to do anything. I'm not digging potatoes out of my garden because I didn't plant any. But what I am digging is spending time with my kids this school holidays. In particular, playing old school board games. I've got this one game, it's called Who Is It? It's a bit of a takeoff of the old Guess Who. You've got your board there, you've got your little tiles that stick up, each one's got a person's face on it with different features. And as you ask questions, are you a boy, are you a girl, you put the tiles down until you end up with one or two, and then you take a guess of who the other person is. It's really good for the kids to learn about winning and losing, because we don't let them win every time. It's good for them to learn about the ups and downs, successes and failures, but importantly, learning from those failures. More on that later. Let's go into live gardening. We're going to do probably the easiest bit of propagation that you'll ever do, and it's all thanks to the Bennytron 6100 series propagation unit. Handcrafted. Get yours today in the gift shop. We're going to put this little one here. Now this one here came from a cutting, which probably came from a cutting. And we grew them in water. We put the cutting just in water. But what we're going to do is go one step easier. We've got two new pots here, filled with just potting mix. Oh, there's a cockroach just jumped out at me. Right here on live TV, Benny gets scared by a cockroach. Boy, that's a first. You know, I wanted to sneeze on camera. I wanted to get pooed on by a bird on camera, but I've never had being scared by a cockroach live on camera. So anyway, what we're going to do is we try and get things back on track here. I notice that the lighting's a little bit funny, so I'll try not to go too far back or too far forward or alter so it's a little bit clearer. We're just going to put that on the top of the potting mix. Now we've just got my little assistant here. This is also the 6100 series. This is the Benny's propagation pin, otherwise known as a hairpin. And what we're going to do is we're just going to take one of these stems, put it over the top of the soil, use the hairpin to push it down, put a little bit of potting mix over that hairpin, and then we're just going to wait until the plant puts roots down. Then we'll cut the cord, as they say, and then we'll have another plant. So all of a sudden, two plants where there was one. Thank you very much for your assistance there, Bray. It's always good to have you with us. We're just going to move that to the side and just be very wary of cockroaches as we do it. I want to give you an update on what's been going on at the Marlborough Farmers Market. Yesterday the market manager had to leave the site for a short time, and when she left she said three little words which made my heart swell and race at the same time. She said, "You're in charge." It's the first time I've ever been in charge of the Marlborough Farmers Market, and I've got to say, it felt good. I didn't do anything, I just stood there. But just knowing that I was trusted enough to be left in charge really meant a lot. You know, I love the farmers market. And I'll tell you what, other people have been loving the videos that I've been making for both Grow with Benny's, but also for the Marlborough Farmers Market Facebook page. I've done a few live feeds from the farmers market on Instagram and on Facebook. They're a lot of fun. Just like here on live TV, anything can happen. But a really, really good progress that we're making at the farmers market. Grow with Benny's has been going well also. It's sort of morphing and evolving as we go, Grow with Benny's. It started off as a bit of a mixture, and it was really just throwing stuff against the wall to see what would stick. Now that a few things have stuck, it's starting to find its course. So thank you very much for everyone who continues to support me on Grow with Benny's. Can you tell that last week I forgot to mention Grow with Benny's? I'm making up for lost time this week. I want to give you an update on what's been going on here in the garden. We've had lots of berries. We've had our first figs. Turns out Eliza really likes figs, which is good. It's always cool when your kids find something new that they like. Lots of cool things going good. Oh, we've got sugar snap peas that are ready. We've had cherry tomatoes. We've had kale. As we know, this is my one-man crusade to make kale great again. It's proving to be a tough crusade. But then it wouldn't be called a crusade if it was easy. What else has been going on in the garden? So actually, to be honest, the biggest struggle with these hot days has been keeping the grass green. It just browns up so easily. What else? Tell you a funny thing. When we were packing up yesterday at the Marlborough Farmers Market, one of the ladies said to me that she thought that the pack-up crew was like a well-oiled machine. And I agree with her. And it's funny when you talk about machines and oils and lubricants. I recently found out that, you know, the spray-on lubricant, now this is not going down a dark path, WD-40, it's a mechanical lubricant. I actually found out what WD-40 stands for. Water Displacement Formula 40. Now this means that when the chemists were trying to develop this formulation, that was their 40th attempt, which means they failed 39 times. Now that's amazing. Can you imagine failing at something over and over again to the point that it takes you 40 attempts to get it right? They can only mean one thing. The chemists that developed that formulation must have learnt from each failure and realised that failing is not always a bad thing, as long as you learn from it. I want to show you something I'm not proud of. This is a China doll plant, or it was, because it's now dead. When we moved into this awesome new house, we put this in a spot which was probably not sunny enough, and we didn't give it enough water. As we know, you can never underestimate the power and the value of water. And so it's died. But I don't see that as a complete failure. I don't see it as a bad thing, because I've learned that this particular type of plant needs a particular type of sun, and I probably should have known all along that it needed water. But you learn from your failures. And that could be quite an interesting little, what could be a final thought, couldn't it? When it comes to gardening, don't be afraid to fail. It's actually the best way to learn. The guy that developed WD-40 didn't give up, and if he did, well, we wouldn't have WD-40. Folks, thank you for joining me on this very interesting, as I just am aware now of cockroaches again, very interesting little episode of Monday Morning Live. I've had somebody else join in. Who are you? I want to give you a shout out, but I can't see. Well, see, when you join, there's a little circle in the top right hand corner of my screen, and I can see how many people are watching. I can see the little thing of who they are. I think it's Damo. Shout out to you, Damo. And if it's not you, give us a shout in the comments. Now, let's remember their final thought for this week. Don't be afraid to fail in the garden. Now, life's full of ups and downs. Maria, shout out to you. Good to see you. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but that happens some of the time. Where was I? Yeah, when you fail, you learn. You have ups and downs in life. The kids are learning that with our old school board games. It's okay to fail as long as you learn. You know, a wise man once said, and I want to get this right, because if you can guess who this person is, I'll give you a special Monday morning shout out next week. I've soared with the eagles and I've slithered with the snakes and I've been everywhere in between. That's so true. Life's full of ups and downs. Enjoy the ups. Learn from the downs. And this week, don't be afraid to fail in the garden. The best way to learn how to grow plants is by killing a whole bunch of them. Morning, Fran. Shout out to you. Good to have you on board. You've missed a cracker of a show. I got scared by a cockroach in real time earlier on. That'll make for some good slow motion viewing later on my YouTube channel, which, as we know, is Grow with Bennies. You can see me there anytime. You can catch me live and in living colour at the Marlborough Farmers Market every Sunday morning from 9 to 12. You can see me live on the Marlborough Farmers Market Facebook page from the Marlborough Farmers Market. You can catch me here on Monday Morning Live every Monday morning live. And I'll see you next time in the garden. Oh. Dig it.